Yeah, I mean it's fair. I think the Raiders could be improved. I don't know if you want to go down.
Improved.
I don't know that you
Could
want
be
to.
improved.
I don't know that you want to go down on this ship 2 years in a row.
Dude, hold
2
on.
years in
We're
a
talking
row.
about Evan Engram, and then you have Brock Bowers on the other side.
Etc. This one is off the rails.
Here's the next thing I want to talk about. Denver right now is being predicted as like the sleeper Super Bowl pick, and I just can't handle it anymore. You know why? And the reason is because, look, I don't even know if Denver's going to win the AFC West. I think that's an outrageous statement for anybody to be already assuming that they're going to win the AFC West. And I'm taking this, the most direct comparison I can take this to is the same comparison, and I think it's even more unfair in Denver's case here, of how Houston was predicted to be a Super Bowl team last year, and the expectations put on the quarterback position, and frankly even like the wide receiver position with Nico Collins, and then the injuries rack up, and the addition of Joe Mixon and all that stuff down in Houston.
Sure.
I think that Bo Nix is being set up for failure, a sophomore slump that could really tank a lot of the expectations, and frankly just good development. They're headed in the right direction, it's undeniable, but guys, let's pump the brakes.
So here's the devil's advocate to that though, Dirk. Is Bo Nix really the basis for some of these like Super Bowl or elevated predictions for the Broncos, or is it the fact that they signed Greenlaw, Hufanga? The defense already was very good last year. Is that the possibility that they have a very loaded defense and then some of the offensive pieces come together?
And you got Peyton Manning at Super Bowl.
Evan Engram, it did. Evan Engram ends up being like a big elevating piece. Things go right with RJ Harvey. All of a sudden, you're looking at a team doesn't need Nix to be perfect. He can be a game manager if the rest of that team is quite good. Troy Franklin takes a leap, etc.
Dude, hold on. Can we pause there real quick? I like Evan Engram. I liked him when he was a Giant. I liked him in Jacksonville, but he never was like a big difference maker. I mean, I get it's a veteran tight end, but come on. Like, this is not a Gronkowski.
It may not be
a Kelsey. Sorry, and I know fans will hate that, but like, come on.
Some would argue, though, that he has the athleticism to project into that kind of a role. I think some people
When did he ever do that, though?
Some people are seeing like the Jimmy Graham, like in Sean Payton's offense, right? I mean, they may be.
Jimmy Graham wasn't even good in the Saints.
I mean, we're going back years, man. We're going back years. But like, let's theoretically, you know,
the bar's low with tight ends too. I mean, you catch 6 touchdowns and you're like Hall of Fame material.
Well, I don't know about that. In this day and age, I don't know. But I think I could see an upgrade in Engram as a pass-catching threat. And I mean, that's a basis for, like, thinking Nix might be better this year. Because can you name a Broncos tight end from last year?
Yeah, sure.
Name it.
Garbage boy.
Exactly.
Okay, like, let's take a step back real quick.
Okay.
The last good tight end wasn't even a real tight end. It was a basketball player converted.
We're talking with the Broncos?
Julius Thomas. Yes, and that was a good tight end, and he didn't do anything on the blocking side. Let's just call it what it is. You need a big receiver.
I think Owen Daniels was pretty good.
All right, Mike, here's the thing, though. You have projections of, like, let's just do the seeding, or the end of season standings with the AFC West.
Yeah.
I honestly have top 2, and here's the surprise. Probably goes back to the Chiefs. Again, no one wants to talk about it. Yeah, Kelsey's on the downturn, but frankly, there's too much talent on that team still, and they still have too much talent on that defense to not think that they're going to be competitive. For the top. Are they a 10-win team? Maybe. But I think that this is going to be just an absolute slugfest in the AFC West, and I think you're going to see teams like splitting divisional games. I think this sleeper pick here that is actually legit is Oakland. It's a complete revamp. That offense looks highly dangerous, and I still like where that defense was. Talk about like the previous coaching situation, the previous situation with that offense never ever came to fruition, and how nothing is more deflating than being on a defense when you're holding them in the game, and yet again it's the third quarter and they haven't scored over 7 points or 10 points. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, we gave up 17 points, which is a good mark for a defense, and you're already out of the game because your offense can't score a damn touchdown.
Yeah, I mean it's fair. I think the Raiders could be improved. I don't know if you want to go down.
Improved.
I don't know that you want to
improved.
I don't know that you want to go down on this ship 2 years in a row.
Dude, hold
2
on.
years in
We're
a
talking
row.
about Evan Engram, and then you have Brock Bowers on the other side.
Let me point out to you here last year after the Raiders upset the Ravens, you had them as a bona fide contender to win the AFC West.
I mean,
that happened last year. We could roll the tape. We don't have to, but we could. This could happen again.
Boomer's on my side.
I think the Raiders could be better. I love the Genti pick. But, look,
dude,
here's the deal. I don't disagree that the winner of the AFC West could be 10-7.
Gino.
Could be 9-8.
Carroll.
It could be a stacked, but I still don't see how you're like Pete Carroll year one, bunch of young guys, Geno
Bro, what
Smith.
did Pete Carroll do week one or year one with Seattle?
I mean, I think he took a 7-9 team to the playoffs.
And did they win a playoff game?
They did. But
I don't know why did they hold on? Why did they make it to the playoffs?
Because the entire division.
They won the division.
Because the division sucked.
It's gonna be a slugfest.